Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. This week, I want to talk about what your ex is thinking and feeling during no contact. I know that's one of your top 5 questions when you're in no contact. And a few months ago, I posted a video about a woman who was dating a guy. They weren't exclusive. And after many months, he came to her and he said he wanted to date her and a married woman. So, of course, she did what any self-respecting person would do, and she stopped speaking to him, and she went into no contact. Well, guess who's back? But we already knew that was going to happen. That's no surprise. However, what's interesting is that he told her what he was thinking and feeling during no contact, and now I'm going to tell you. But first, I want to, of course, welcome my No Contact Army. Have you been a good soldier? Well, if you have, then you've downloaded our app Silencio and you've left a rating or a review in the App Store. And if you too would like to join our No Contact Army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. Okay, so let's talk about what your ex is thinking and feeling during no contact. And this is a follow-up to a video I posted a few months ago titled, Afraid Your Ex Will Forget You During No Contact. So I would suggest you either listen to that before listening to this, so there will be more context, or afterwards. Okay, so here is the update. She says, I did go to the 4-day event where he would also be. So this is after many months of being in no contact, after he told her he was also going to be dating a married woman. The venue is a medieval castle. Oh, sounds fun. I refused to allow him to stop me from doing what I like in life. He came to me every day to try to talk. I ignored him and his friends completely, like I was passing a sign on the road every single time. Nice. He tried to give me coffee or something to eat whenever I mentioned to others that I had skipped breakfast. I refused all and moved on. Nice. The last day, just before we were going home, he humbly came asking to talk. Okay, finally. This is what I say. You don't fall for the breadcrumbs. You don't fall for the coffee. They have to be humble. I finally agreed. He said the girl he was with kicked him out and made him talk to me. Ha ha. He had told her about the situation. He said sorry several times about the correct things. Talked about how much he likes me and misses me. How much we match on everything, how we indeed did talk almost every day since 2018 when we met and became friends. I asked him what the goal of this conversation was. Well, he said at the very least to be on speaking terms again. I asked him, what is the best outcome then? Notice how women, they speak to men as if they work for HR when they're either done with them or they're not very happy with them. There's no emotion. It's just logic. It's like, what's the point of this conversation and what's the outcome? Okay, let's get to the point. I don't have time to waste. We talked about feelings a bit, about boundaries, and giving this a real chance with no third parties. He tried to hug me several times and I refused them all. He said he does not want a long distance thing. Same here. The moment I said I can move any place and that was never a problem, which I had told him many times before, yeah, but he didn't listen. He went down on his knees, castle behind him and all, tourists walking by, held my hands and asked me to be his exclusive girlfriend and move in with him in Switzerland. Switzerland? Damn, girl. Later, when we discussed things more, okay, and here is the important part. Listen very carefully to this. He said it was very hurtful to be ignored. And although he understands why, agrees and does not blame me for my reaction, it still hurt him. He said it would have been better if I had called him names or told him I was walking out of his life, but I didn't even do that, which is what broke him. Exactly. This is exactly what I talk about in the first video I ever made on getting an ex back called How to Easily Get Your Ex Back. And I'll put the link up in the right-hand corner of the video. Don't argue, don't cry, don't get mad, don't ask questions. Just say, okay, and walk away. Difficult to do? Absolutely. Effective? Abso-friggin-lutely. That's why I also say not to respond to insignificant questions Otherwise, you're rewarding breadcrumbing. He said he had no idea he was going to ask me to become an item. Do people still use that expression? We're an item. Ooh. But when the words were going out of his mouth, it felt right, and he decided to do this leap of faith. He said that indeed in March he had no intention of being with me earlier in this year. Famous last words. I have no intention of being with you. But obviously now that's changed. It still feels unreal, but it is very much so. Moral of the story, it works. It actually works. Biggest gratitude to you, Lucia. I could not have done it without you. Well, I'm very happy to be part of your success story. So let's talk about why ignoring someone is so effective. There have been many studies done on what happens to a child when you ignore them. And according to the Children's Physician Network, when you continuously ignore your child, his confidence and self-esteem suffer. Lack of interest, affection, and displays of love might make him feel that he's not worthy. He might begin to feel that nothing he does is good enough, which could cause him to believe that he is not good enough. So this doesn't end with childhood. We may not feel this to the same extent as adults, but being ignored is still painful. People hate being left on read or delivered. They would rather that you tell them off, like the guy said, rather than ignore them. So keep that in mind when you're in no contact and you're wondering how they're feeling. No one wants to be ignored, even if they were the ones who did the breaking up, okay? So I want to hear from you now. Did hearing that ignoring, otherwise known as no contact, an ex will have a deep effect on them? And are you now more inspired to stay in no contact? Comment below and let me know. And in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, you can go to theartoflove.net. The direct link is below every single video, and we will send you the rates. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.